I think what's amazing and unique about Geoff is just his dedication to this style of music, to the point of, you know, having lived in New Orleans for years and just being completely across all of it, all of the knowledge of the music itself, it's socio-politically, culturally, just everything. It really is his passion.
He's a true believer, and he's still got his health. He is as strong as an ox, if not a bull. He has a naive enthusiasm for the music. He's not jaded at all.
Yeah, I thought there was a minor there.
Yeah, definitely.
No minor in there?
There's none in there. I've been playing it because I
Yeah.
can't even hear it.
Keep playing.
No, play it. Yeah, play it.
Sounds good.
I think it really started when my elder brother decided that he was going to take me to a concert. The concert was down at the Sydney Stadium. I was 13 years old, just going on 14, and we were way back up in the back. But it was Louis Armstrong and Edmund Hall, and so obviously that must have stuck in my mind, because not long after that I started pestering my mother to get a trumpet. In 1966 I found myself first time in New Orleans, and of course Preservation Hall had started, and a lot of the old musicians were still alive and active, and that place had become famous, and I heard some fantastic stuff.
It never ceases to amaze me how many songs he knows. Like, we've been playing for 10 years every Sunday, doing 3 sets of music, and still to this day he'll call a song that none of us have ever heard of.
He has such a deep knowledge of such an obscure body of work, and it's seemingly limitless. He knows obscure verses to things, he knows lyrics to songs that I didn't know had lyrics.
Even today, we're playing tunes that we've never heard before.
In a recording session.
Yeah.
In 1972, I once again went back to New Orleans, but with the object of staying there as long as I could. I was able to get an American Social Security card and also join the union in New Orleans, because if you wanted to work in New Orleans, you really needed to be in the union. Then I could work, which I did on Bourbon Street, a place called the Famous Door. So that sort of got me into mixing with the musicians in New Orleans itself. And because I was in the union, I could actually be employed at Preservation Hall, which I did. So I played at Preservation Hall a few times. I used to work there, helping them out on the door and things like that. I did that like 4 or 5 nights a week to get enough money to pay my rent and keep things going. But I also was able to professionally play there. As far as I know, I think I'm the only Australian musician who's ever actually been hired officially to play in Preservation Hall.
I think younger musicians, we come from a very shallow background of understanding of music, and we try and almost do everything, and like we cast our kind of like gaze so wide, just to be like, let's try and play with that music, let's play that band. And I feel like someone like Geoff, he has the opposite triangle. Like, he has this like incredible breadth of like background and knowledge and understanding of how music works, and you know, he could tell you, if you started talking about some I guess we're talking about Elvis songs, or you talk about wartime songs, or you could talk about all sorts of classical music, and he would have kind of this understanding of all this stuff, but the thing that he plays is traditional Dixieland jazz trumpet, and I think that's kind of interesting, to just bring the world of music into this little pinpoint of what you do. I don't know, I find that really interesting. I feel like if I had that focus with my life, I could achieve a lot more than just softly hitting at doors.
I had a phone call from Justin Firmino, and he asked me if I was interested in doing a little gig with you at a Fringe Festival in down in Surrey Hills. So I said, sure. At the time, I didn't have a regular band. I wasn't really working all that much at all. So when this came along, I thought, well, why not? And for me, it's like a second life, because I don't have to worry about ringing up guys. And a lot of my musicians that were with me are either retired or are permanently retired. They're not here anymore. Several of them have died, unfortunately. So it's, for me, just a perfect situation.
Playing with Geoff has taught me an awful lot about big picture jazz music. It's been one of the most important learning experiences for me as a musician.
His sort of positive attitude to making music and playing together as a group, I think, has really rubbed off on me a lot, and it's something that I have taken and included in all of my playing.
I've played with a lot of bad bands in my life, and only a couple of good ones, and this is a very good one. So I'm just happy to be here, really.
And I remember you or Justin saying to me, we got this little gig we do sometimes down at the East Sydney Hotel. I said, what? Do you realise I used to play there back in the 70s? There's pictures of me up on the wall.
But I like his mixture of rigour and also freedom. So you are free to do whatever you like, as long as it sounds like New Orleans style jazz.
I know how important it is for him that us younger musicians are playing it, and that he's kind of passing the torch on. So I just think his complete love of the music is just very infectious and inspiring.
I mean, for me, it was a perfect situation, because all of a sudden I had a group of young, well-trained, accomplished musicians with all the energy that was needed. And me having an opportunity to have that sort of backing, that brought me out, and it was a fortunate combination of me knowing the old stuff, you guys wanting to learn the old stuff. So you're teaching me because of your technical abilities, and I'm teaching you because I've got a knowledge of the older tunes and the history of jazz in New Orleans and things like that. So it was a perfect marriage, and it's still going. We're not divorced yet. Andrew Scott at the keyboard. And Ben PANUCCI on the guitar.